in a World Cup. Manager Fabio Capello has said he'll not resign, but will seek a meeting with the FA about his future.
Well, the Prime Minister, David Cameron, has thrown his weight behind calls to introduce video technology after England's second goal was disallowed.
In just a moment, we'll cross to Chris Hollins, who's with the fans at Bloemfontein. And those are the main stories this morning. We'll have a quick look through some of the front pages. And, as you can imagine, there's something of a theme throughout. Where are we going to start?
Anywhere.
Daily Mail.
It's all the same.
Richard Littlejohn writing here, Sian, pass that Independent over to me, because I'm going to pick an inside story from the... lovely, thank you very much. Page 4 of the Independent, somewhere in here, page 13. Now, on the theme of how badly we're doing, England, team whatever, announcement today, the government is to announce £10 million to sponsor a kind of a junior Olympics amongst...
14-year low on Friday. Is there any future for it? What's he going to say now? We're going to be finding out at 10 to 7.
Does that man also know who's going to win the World Cup?
A quick look at the time now. It's coming up to 6:15. This is breakfast from BBC News, our main stories this morning. England manager Fab...
It is, of course, the second week of Wimbledon. Carol has been there all last week in the sunshine. She's there again this morning. Players' bank balances, no harm.
Away from their luxury homes. It's not Capello, says Mike from Portsmouth. It was the 11 overpaid second-class players who didn't play as a team.
But
Lots of you writing with similar sentiments.
And as we understand it, if Capello goes... They say he's up for a £12 million
They'd have to pay him
payoff.
An awful lot of money, because that clause they agreed just before the World Cup. So I was speaking to somebody who used to work at the FA later, David Davis. It'll be interesting to talk before the World Cup. So I was speaking to somebody who used to work at the FA later, David Davis. It'll be interesting to talk to him. Time to get the news, the weather and the travel wherever you are. See you in a couple of minutes.
The long journey home.
A bit later on, we're asking the former Spurs striker Garth Crooks whether England's World Cup dreams are always going to end this way.
Also coming up on this morning's programme, GPs warn that budget cuts are already damaging patient care. We'll talk to a family doctor in just a moment. Later in the programme, the Home Secretary Theresa May is coming in to talk about plans to put a cap on immigration. Also this morning, we're live at Wimbledon, where Andy Murray is due to play on centre court later today. First, though, time is 6:31. Our main story this morning, the England football team is preparing to come home following a 4-1 thrashing by Germany in Bloemfontein. It was England's worst ever defeat. Yeah, it was meant to be the hottest day of the year yesterday. Carol's got the weather from Wimbledon shortly. Those are the main stories this morning. Also coming up in the programme, shares in BP hit a 14-year low on Friday. So what's going to happen when the markets open this morning? Simon will be talking about that a bit later on. Let's go back to the football now, and England's defeat yesterday. Football now, and England's defeat yesterday. Football now, and England.
Which could hamper those efforts to clean it up. We'll keep an eye on that as it approaches. Thanks, Stephen. Back to you.
Right. Good. Thanks very much. Thanks, Simon.
Now, some British seaside towns used to have a reputation for being unkempt and unloved. Many thought that cheap foreign for us. And BP, they're doing these regular updates in the morning, aren't they?
Well, they've got something to tell us. They're usually telling us at 7 o'clock in the morning, and this morning they're saying...
All right, thanks very much, Simon. See you a little bit later on. Quick look at the time now. It is 7:20. The time is 20 to 8. About 20 to 8. About 20 to 8. About 20 million people are thought to have watched yesterday's game on television, or maybe just hiding behind the sofa. Perhaps that's what they did instead.
Yes, others gathered in front of a giant screen in squares, bars, and even at Glastonbury as well. We sent Breakfast Graham Satchel to capture the emotions of the day. I'm sorry it's not under different circumstances, but thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the campaign.
Thank you very much for all your thoughts this morning. Joyce emails saying the players should be on performance-related pay. If I performed like that, I'd be fired, she said. Jay Hunter from West Midlands saying, why is it that England players are good enough at Premiership level but can't step up when they pull on that England shirt? All questions we're going to be asking. Exactly. Good news is it's going to be a terrific day at Wimbledon. And Carol's there with the weather. Morning, Carol.
Today, you know, if you were a reader, the Richard and Judy Effect, they had a club, it had a big impact on publishing, and today is a particular deadline, but will it still work? Yes, Richard made...
What would that be, do you think?
I don't know. Your answer on a postcard or send us in. What is the Charlie and John Effect?
Let's not analyse it too
No,
much, shall we?
not.
Thanks very much, Simon. It's just after 10 to 8 when you have weather like we've had this weekend. There could be no better place than to be at the seaside.
Yes, and after years in the doldrums, there are signs that some British resorts are starting to bounce back. We've sent breakfast Phil Lavelle to Southend for us this morning. Phil? Is of men in suits on the beach.
That's
how it should be. And if it was very hot, they took their socks off.
Yeah, that's right. And I'd like to be in a little cabin, just wheel gently into the sea. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Still to come on this morning's programme. Celebrate...
News, though, where you are.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot been made of decisions that managers have to make, and I don't...
Pleasure. Morning, Carol.
Good morning. Well,
Isn't it?
Yeah,
we get all sorts of noises. The mowers, the
bins.
The bin men. If you've got teenagers, do you know what they're doing to celebrate the end of their school exams? If you've got teenagers, do you know what they're doing to celebrate the end of their school exams? If you've got teenagers, do you know what they're doing to celebrate the end of their school exams?
Over the last few years, increasing numbers of youngsters have been going on holiday with their friends at the end of their GCSEs. There is growing disquiet, though, about what they might be getting up to. Our reporter Alex Bushell joins us this morning from Newquay. Morning, Alex.
A little later in the programme.
I remember saying to her one day, you know, how's things going? Everything all right? She said, yeah, it's good. I'm very excited. I'm about to release a single called Locomotion. And I remember at the time saying, oh, well, I hope that goes well for you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You know,
Good luck.
It seems to have gone all right.
Yeah, she's not done badly,
No.
has she? So you were a mechanic?
Yeah.
Right, who then became a doctor. How
Well-
did they explain that? Or did you just go
Well,
away and then...
5 weekdays, 1:45 and 5:30 in the evening.
It's been a lovely few days weather-wise, hasn't it? Carol's down at Wimbledon this morning. It's going to be a nice day again, is it? What? Is that the Hawk?
this is the Hawk. This is Ruth.
Date that one for us.
And he's just said, that's when I left the band. After, so that bit of footage, you weren't in it?
Right.
Okay.
But I would have been.
Yeah.
Had I been in the band. At the time.
You could tell they weren't quite so good, were they? That's fine.
No, they'd gone off by then. And
Down here. I came back. I thought it was over, you know.
Yeah.
I then discovered the whole contemporary garage rock scene just as we did The Sopranos first season. But at that moment, I'm like, well, music...
video career as well, if it
Thank
takes
you.
off here.
Yeah.
Backing that one for you.
Cool.
Stephen Van Zandt there. Thank you.
Yes, we're going to be hearing from Martina Navratilova. Jason Isaacs, the actor, will be here in just a few minutes as well.
First, here's a last quick look at what's happening where you are.
Not the least, why I feel like I'm entitled to shout about from the rooftops about how brilliant it is. In fact, the prize went to Nick Whitfield, who's a writer and director. We'll be hearing an awful lot more of because he's just a genius. But Ed and Andy, the leads, they go into people's past and bring out their secrets.
That's it for this morning on Breakfast. No time to tell you what's on the show tomorrow, so you just have to join us 6 o'clock. Have a very good day today. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Time now, 21 minutes to 9. A team of surgeons working for a British charity helping his first solo book, Join Me, was described as a work. Time now, 21 minutes to 9. A team of surgeons working for a British charity helping his first solo book, Join Me, was described as a work. Time now, 21 minutes to 9. A team of surgeons working for a British charity helping his first solo book, Join Me, was described as a work. Time now, 21 minutes to 9. A team of surgeons working for a British charity helping his first solo book, Join Me, was described as a work.